Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my Monday Night Raw review, brought to you by Just Alyx, right here in Alyx's world, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host, Alyx, Just Alyx. Ladies and gentlemen, we are a week away, 1 week away from this Saturday. Yes, a week away from Money in the Bank, and these qualifier matches are filling up. These qualifiers are filling up. And tonight we got 2 new names for the men's Money in the Bank match. I think we're going to fill them up probably by the end of next week. We'll know who will be competing in all of these matches. And it's looking like a stat card. This card is looking really good. We have 4 matches already. Of course, the 2 Money in the Bank matches. The big blockbuster tag match, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso versus Cena and Logan Paul. And then, of course, Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria once again for the IC title. This time, the stipulation is if Becky Lynch cannot beat Lyra, then she will never be able to challenge for the IC title as long as Lyra is the champ. Now, usually I would go ahead and give the win to Becky, but I'm now thinking, what a great time for Bayley to return. Bayley returns and screws over Becky like Becky screwed over Bayley from winning at WrestleMania. And then you give Lyra that big edge over Becky. Becky has yet to beat Lyra. That's interesting. I think WWE is all in, no pun intended, but they're all in on Lyra Valkyria. So I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to go ahead and give Lyra that victory over Becky. I'd be okay with that. But also, speaking of the women, Roxanne Perez decided to play games. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Because she thought Liv Morgan wasn't going to catch on to what she was doing. We saw what happened last week. Y'all saw Lyra give Dom them chicken nuggets. And then Homegirl came up this week and said, "Ooh, your shoulders look stiff. Let me get that." And started massaging his shoulders. What you doing, Roxanne? That boy don't eat that many chicken nuggets. I do. But he don't eat that many chicken nuggets. And he don't need no massage. We peep your game, sister. And as soon as she started doing that, Liv Morgan walked in and said, "What the fuck is going on here?" She didn't say that. But the look on her face was saying things. The look on her face was like, I know this bitch did not. Another love triangle. We went from Dom, Rhea, and Liv to now Dom, Roxy, and Liv. How does he keep doing it? How does Dominic Mysterio keep ending up in these love triangles? Lord have mercy. All right, well, that's the thing now. And the Judgment Day continues to fall apart. Again, Dominic Mysterio inadvertently cost Finn Balor the main event, helping Seth Rollins, advance to Money in the Bank. And I think his new group is called The Vision. They're not going to call it the Dangerous Alliance. They're not going to form it around Paul Heyman, which is what I thought they were going to do. I thought they were forming the group around Paul Heyman. They're forming the group around Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins is calling it The Vision. Interesting name. Really interesting name there. So we'll see where that one goes. The other Money in the Bank match was won by Penta. And let me just say this. The match between Penta, Chad Gable, and Dragon Lee was incredible. Insane match. I absolutely loved it. I was blown away by how amazing that match was. People are calling it one of the best matches they've seen on Raw all year. Yeah, I think, hell, it might be the best match I've seen on Raw. I don't even want to say that because I'm thinking back all the way to January. Yeah, I think it's the best match we've seen so far on Raw this year. Penta won that. The ending sequence was incredible, and Chad Gable got busted open by Vikingo. who they announced he will be fighting at that AAA versus NXT special. Here's the thing about that graphic, and this is something you should know. The graphic said that Vikingo will be putting the AAA Mega World Championship on the line against Chad Gable. Here's the thing with that. Vikingo isn't the AAA World Champion right now. The AAA Mega World Champion. It's Alberto Del Rio, who cannot come back. He cannot show up. So they basically spoiled the fact that Vikingo's about to beat Del Rio. Thank God. I don't know when he beats him, but it's going to happen soon. They essentially said, yeah, Del Rio can't be champ. Sorry. We can't bring him in. He is toxic. I'm addicted to you, but you know your ass is toxic. Sorry. Yeah, so congratulations, Vikingo, on winning a belt that you will eventually win. WWE predicting the future. Nah, but that's hilarious. I saw that, and I couldn't help but laugh about that. I'm like, well, of course, Al Drunko Del Rio is not going to be the champ. Or they're not going to allow that to fly. Not on this station, that's for sure. But Vikingo versus Chad Gable is going to be a great match. If Chad doesn't hurt himself before then, homeboy got busted open in this match. Looked like he almost got decapitated when he was getting double teamed or whatever the fuck with Dragon Lee and Pentagon. Akira Tozawa said, I want a piece of Rusev. That didn't work out very well for him. I would never do that again. The triple threat tag match for the tag team titles was good. It was interesting. So happy to see that my girl Kairi Sane, and she is my girl. My girl. I have multiple girls. I'm claiming Kairi Sane. Deal with it. Anyways, Kairi Sane got the victory over Liv Morgan. Thanks to Roxanne's trifling ass. Fine ass, but trifling ass. Trying to steal Dom. And then when Liv lost, after a clear distraction from Roxanne trying to help, Liv gives her the death stare, the death glare, like, bitch, you better run. And Roxanne gonna stand there looking like, what did I do? I didn't do shit. Did you see the look on Roxanne? Roxanne's like, I didn't do shit. What the fuck you looking at? That's why Dom about to leave you for me. That's why you old news, Liv. All I'm saying is this. Liv Morgan, you gonna lose him how you got him. The way you got him is the way you lose him. You already know Dom's about to get with Roxy. And then he's gonna leave Liv for Roxy, and then Roxy's gonna leave him immediately. Roxy gonna leave him for Finn Balor. Watch. I know Roxy's about to play Dom like a fiddle. Gunther confronted Jey Uso. Jey Uso had another great promo. And I think that should about cover it. Because I did talk about Becky and Lyra, right? Yeah, we did talk about that. I feel like this show went by very fast. This was a good show. And a lot of people are very upset, are still upset, at The Rock not showing up at WrestleMania. And I think that's hurt their overall enjoyment of the show. And rightfully so. I'm not going to get on anybody that just feels like the show isn't all that right now because the people we expected to be here weren't here. Or the person we expected to be here isn't here, was not here. But, I don't know. I feel like they're doing their best to move on from it. I'm loving what they're cooking up here. I'm enjoying what's going on. I'm very interested to see where the Vision, Seth Rollins' group grows. I'm expecting 2 more members to be added. I suspected we would get a woman in there too. So, we'll see. We'll see where this goes. Ultimately, all I care about is that whatever they decide to do, it's good. And so far, I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time watching Monday Night Raw. SmackDown, hopefully they pick that up. But Raw's been consistently good for the most part. The only issue I had tonight, in terms of the show, was the production value. Production was awful. And lot of places. Backstage segments, you couldn't hear the people speak. Sound went in and out. A lot of black screens. I thought this was supposed to be uncensored. Crowd being bleeped out. Hate that shit, but whatever. It's a PG show. Okay. But for me, this wasn't their best night when it comes to production. Production was all over the place. It happens. Trust me. Bad production can just happen. I've had my share of bad streams where things start freezing up, so I can't judge them. I get it. Trust me. That being said, though, the expectation is a lot higher for them because this is what they do for a living. So that's just what I'm gonna say about that. Yeah. We'll definitely talk more about what happened on Raw as we go along. Again, good episode. I think things will start to pick up once we get to Money in the Bank and we get the Money in the Bank winners established. I think things are going to be hot again. We're going to get back to those levels because then we enter SummerSlam season. But it's not just SummerSlam season. We also have Night of Champions coming up in Saudi Arabia. And then we got that big weekend, Saturday night's main event, and then Evolution. And then 2 nights of SummerSlam. So, a lot's going to be happening. You might want to strap in after Money in the Bank. So, yeah, let's go ahead and move things along. Thank you all so much for being here. You could have been anywhere here in the YouTube space. You chose me for your review, and I appreciate that. So, if this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, your edit help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good. Yes, he is good. Oh, give thanks. Extended version. Hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can also like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at Just Alex Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, give me a follow on Cameo, give me a follow on Threads, follow us on Discord, follow me on Blue Sky, where the skies are clearer. And give me a follow on TikTok, for I am the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cashapp, Venmo, and yes, Super Chats are officially on you. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast. To get your thoughts play live on the air, email me at justalexsworld@gmail.com. For business inquiries, just to say hi. And please get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Are you a Just Alex guy? Then join the club. Get you an I'm a Just Alex guy t-shirt. Hot out the press. Also get you an old school Gillespie t-shirt. Get you a new school Alex's World t-shirt. And many, many more t-shirt designs coming your way. So stay tuned. Join the cause. Expand the brand. Expand the brand? Expand the brand. Expand the brand today right here in Alex's World. I want to thank the super chat.
Anyone think Death Battle killed it this weekend? 'Cause I think Gurren Lagann is goated, and I mean that wholeheartedly. Love the weekend with NXT carrot.
I haven't seen Death Battle yet, but I'll be sure to take a look at that. Thank you for the $5 donation. And NXT Battleground, I felt a lot of people really, really loved. I haven't seen it yet, but people are telling me it was a better show than AEW Double or Nothing. Might have to check that out. I want to thank the lovely partners of today's broadcast. Dokkio. Dokkio is an AI tool that is used to help you keep organized, to help you stay organized through emails, through files, through videos, whatever you need to be organized on your computer or through your web browser. This AI tool is here to do it, and you can organize it in different categories. You know what? I know a person who can explain it better, and that is the person that's speaking in the video. It's me, but another me. So how's about we get a quick word from our partner, before we get to some shout out. This broadcast is partnered by Dokkio. Look, I won't lie to you. I suck at staying organized. I've made so many thumbnails and scripts that I can't even tell you where half of them are anymore. And the worst part, I always realize I need them right in the middle of creating or editing something. I've literally had to recreate entire files from scratch because it was faster than finding the original. And that's where Dokkio comes in. Dokkio is basically an AI personal assistant that finds and collects all your files across multiple platforms, whether it's Google Drive, Dropbox, Gmail, OneDrive, you name it. And it gives you one clean, organized workspace. It doesn't just show you where your files are, it understands what they are and organizes them accordingly. In my case, it's good to have something that organizes my thumbnails, in case I need to go back to reuse them for future broadcasts. So if your digital life is a hot mess like mine, do yourself a favor. Go to trydokkio.com/Alyx. Once you see how fast and easy it is to find your stuff, you won't want to go back. So don't wait. Sign up for Dokkio and get organized today. Thank you all so much for joining me for this lovely live stream. Once again, you could be anywhere, but you chose me, and I am grateful for it. Before we get started, please be sure you show your love to the Mod Squad. Ultra! Shari Nice and Forrester Hart, Elias Ademi, New Japan Pro Wrestling Go, Khalil does everything. Huh? Wait, did Lynn, a danger, Teflon Don, the Mod Father, Zeno, Enigma, and of course, Big MGM, because they help keep the safe space for wrestling fans like you and like us. Big shout out to my Mob Squad. The Mod Squad was here Saturday, Sunday, and today. 3-day live stream weekend. And they're doing it for free because they're awesome. They're doing it for free for now. Because they're like, Alyx, you made us sit through a 4.5-hour show for this live stream last night. You better give us some compensation. Don't worry, your check is in the mail. It'll be to you in 5 years. Anyways, we love them. We appreciate you. Thank you all so much for making me a part of your day. Also, be sure you like the video. The more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So, boost the algorithm by hitting that like button. Super chats are on. Speaking of super chats, big shout out to the new international super chat champion himself, Drew Usher. We call him the Savior. JB Snackin' unfortunately fell short to Drew Usher. Drew Usher said, I wasn't losing. I got my ass handed to me by 3 Diglets. I'm not losing this belt. JB Snackin' threatened to retire the belt. He fell short. But however, Drew Usher has announced he will be defending this belt next Saturday at Money in the Bank. That's right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have both titles on the line for Money in the Bank. The world and international belts. What does that mean? First and second best donors will be champs. First and second best donors. Lauren Biggs said, you better pay your mods or they'll come to Biggs Inc. Miss Lauren Biggs, please don't take my mod squad. I would really appreciate that. No, I tell my mod squad every day, like if I get an opportunity to actually start paying you guys regularly, I will, you know, because they do a lot for me for free. But anyways, yeah, the super chats are incredible. You guys kill it every single time, and I'm always grateful for it. Speaking of super chats, A and B.
Hit that like button, thumbs up, good show tonight.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, you know I got a stomp for my family. You know them, you love them, you can't get enough of them. The premier reaction channel here in the wrestling YouTube space. Say hello to A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. A&B, I loved your live stream. Always good to be in there. Your reactions to the stuff that was happening between Roxanne and Liv sent me. They were good. Now, A&B has had themselves a long weekend because they were live for SmackDown. They were live for Saturday Night's Main Event. They were live for NXT Battleground. And they were live tonight. They are troopers. And I hope they spend tomorrow going to see something that you haven't seen yet, Marvels, Thunderbolts. Go see it. It is good. Trust me, you'll love it. But yeah, show them love. They're family. Now, let me do some shout outs here. We have, of course, your goatness, the former your champness, Lauren Biggs. Wayface Killer, Good to have you here. JJ, who let the dogs out? Who? JJ Bulldog. Zach Minger, that's a new one. Is it Minger or Minger? I think it's actually Menger. Dossie Chadam YouTube member. Of course, former, but not least former International Super Chat champ, JB Snackin'. Yo, JB, here's the question I want to know. Will you be coming for the world title next weekend? Because 3 Diglets, when you come for the king, you best not miss. Aaron Teagle. Juan Lopez. I think I see Adam Ritter. A. Ritter. Raiden says he claims Kairi Sane. No, sir, I claimed her first. You can't have her. Sorry. JB Snackin says Uso forgot his lines. He did. He had a bit of a glitch there. It was funny for a minute. Juan Lopez. Good to have you here, Juan. Juan's always a trooper, always showing up. TMC Jack Dempsey. Good to have you here, Jack Dempsey. Aaron Teagle. Shadow Star. Joseph Winters. These are regulars. Trey Licado. Let me see. Ron Nagales. Ron Nagales, of course, being a former international champ. Yo, Ron. JB Snackin' might be showing up next Saturday. Will you be showing up next Saturday? Well, titles are on the line. Who knows what might happen, my friend? Of course, I gotta give love to Catherine Tega. Or Asuna. However you say her name. Speaking of Asuna.
$2 more for my friend Alyx.
Asuna Luna. Thank you. Hey, so Catherine, do you want to go by Asuna Luna or do you want to go by Catherine? Maybe I should go by what you have here. Asuna Luna. Asuna! Hey, you can keep donating all you want. I'm not... Trust me, I'm not going to tell you to stop. Raiden says I got EO. You can have EO. She a lot. I'm sorry, like, EO's a lot. Kyrie's sweet. She don't bother nobody. As long as you feed her. Sounds dirty. Goodness. Pause. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and move things along. Thank y'all so much for being here. Again, you could be anywhere in the wrestling YouTube space. You chose me, so I'm grateful. Adam Ritter says, I got Nia Jax. You can have Nia Jax. Nobody want her ass. Her big ass. Let's get to this review, ladies and gentlemen. Your Raw review. Now, we were live, ladies and gentlemen. And if I'm not mistaken, it was Florida. Tampa, Florida, right? They were live in Tampa all weekend because they were live for Saturday night's main event, and they were live for NXT Battleground, and then I think they were live here. Were they live for SmackDown in Tampa? Not too sure. But sold out crowd for each and every single night. That was crazy. They opened up with The Vision. Bronson Reed, Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, and of course, the visionary, the revolutionary, Seth freaking Rollins. So, what was interesting about this promo was the fact that Seth got booed. Usually, especially over the last few weeks, the crowd cheers him. They chant his song, they sing his song. It was one of those things that was starting to annoy me, where I'm like, guys, he's the villain. We should be booing him. But I get it. Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, they're both cool. And so I was getting a bit worried with this storyline because I'm like, man, like, does anybody really want to boo Heyman, boo Braun, boo Seth? Is this going to actually go anywhere? I think getting Bronson Reed took it to a whole new level. Because now I think fans are starting to get the idea. Like, oh, okay. I see what's going on. Because before, it felt more like the Dangerous Alliance. And Dangerous Alliance was one of the first groups where the heels were cool, right? Before it was NWO, it was a Dangerous Alliance. And so it was giving off Dangerous Alliance vibes where Paul Heyman was leading the group. And so it was like these cool badasses that were heel, but not really. But now since we're making Seth Rollins the center focus, the main character of the group, now it's starting to feel more and more like, okay, I get this now. I get what they're trying to do. It's starting to feel like his baby. So I'm cool with that. I'm cool with them making him the centerpiece, and the crowd is finally accepting its role, and they're booing him. And Seth played into it. He insulted the crowd for being hypocrites, like John Cena does, and really got that heat going. So the crowd was booing loudly against Seth and all the others. And Seth made it clear that he's going to win Money in the Bank and then cash in on the world champ. So it was a good promo. It was a really good promo. No explanation for why Bronson Reed joined. Paul Heyman was there to somewhat give an explanation, but not really. Remember, Bronson Reed put Seth Rollins out for months. So that was interesting. It was interesting that they just threw him in the group but didn't give an explanation. I don't know how I feel about that one. That one was interesting. But Paul Heyman put him over, and essentially said they believe in the vision. They believe in Seth Rollins' vision. So this was bleeped out, but there wasn't a "fuck you Rollins" chant that I wish they would have let play, because that just goes to show you where Rollins is right now. Oh, and Paul Heyman said that we should acknowledge Seth Rollins. Got CM Punk chance, got OTC chance. But he wants to control the fate of the championships by winning Money in the Bank. So there you go. That was a great opening promo. I'm still waiting on the group to fill up. I'm also waiting on a clear direction of where we're doing with this. So we'll get it in due time. What was easily the best match on Monday Night Raw so far in 2025? Chad Gable versus Dragon Lee versus Penta. Money in the Bank qualifier match. This match was fucking insane. This match was crazy insane. Crazy good. I was beyond happy with the results of what we got here. And they went in there, they tore it up, moonsaults, freaking Chad Gable got crushed on his face. I forgot what Penta was going for. I think Penta was going for what looked like a, how do you say it? Oh man, it was a double underhook face buster. Christopher Daniels' finisher. And then that Chavo Guerrero move. Gory special? A Gory special backbreaker. It was going to be some double team move that was going to be crazy. And he, for some reason, I think Penta slipped and then he fell butt first on Chad's face. And he crushed Chad's face right under him. And as you can imagine, that did not look good. It did not feel good, I'm pretty sure. But that was a crazy spot. And then, I forgot what happened after that. But there was a spot where Penta's on the table. Dragon Lee does a torpedo dive. Suicide dive from inside the ring. Literally cleared the outside area. And then fucking knocked Penta off the table. That was incredible. Incredible spot. But these guys, oh my god, they went to war. Chad Gable does a German suplex to Dragon Lee that almost killed him into the corner. Don't get me started on that. Of course, Mexican Destroyer spot was awesome. Vikingo gets involved, and he kicks Chad Gable in the temple. Now, when Vikingo kicked Chad Gable, I think he hard way kicked him because he cut him open when he kicked him. He literally split him open after the kick. And so Chad Gable is now bleeding. And then Penta capitalizes on that by hitting the, it's not made in Japan, the Penta driver. It is made in Japan, but they call it the Penta driver. And then he wins. So Penta wins. Cero Miedo. They set up Chad Gable versus Vikingo. El Hijo del Vikingo. El Hijo del Vikingo. I think he's going to be great. He's going to be a great addition to the roster when he comes up. And he's also your new AAA Mega World Champion, which he will win sometime within the next week or so. I don't know how, but he's going to beat Dario. And I'm excited about it. Next up, I believe, is Roxanne Perez. Her trifling ass. But I love her. She's backstage with the Judgment Day. And she comes up to Dom with a plate of chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets. Not chicken nuggets, but chicken nuggets. And it's like a big-ass platter. And he grabs a piece, and she's like, what's that on your shoulder? Are you stiff? And she puts the plate down, and she starts, oh, let me get that player. Let me get that player. You know what I mean? I'm just like, Roxanne, we see what you're doing. You're not slick. That's what Liv did. Liv was over here. Let me give you a stretch. Let me stretch for you. But then Liv showed up. Liv clocked her shit immediately. And she's like, look here. Don't think I don't know what y'all doing. This is how I got you, bitch. Roxanne's like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. I ain't doing shit. Roxanne's like, what? I was giving him a massage. That's what it is. And then Liv showed up and said, Dom, I'm going to handle that ass later. But right now, I got to go get me a match for the Money in the Bank contract. Yeah, that was... They're about to do another love triangle with Dominic Mysterio, Liv Morgan, and Roxanne Perez. How does Dom keep getting away with it? How does he keep getting away with it? What the actual fuck? Now I'm not jealous. Just the fuck I am. I just can't stand his ass. But it is what it is. Akira Tozawa got wrecked by Rusev Day. We need to bring back Aiden English. Aiden English needs to come back and do that one good time. Rusev Day. He wrecked Akira Tozawa. Just completely wrecked him in like 10 seconds. And then afterwards, Sheamus came out. Ooh, Sheamus and Rusev? Yes, sir. Give it to me. Let's go. Let's get it. I love it. Big, meaty men slapping meat. I think after this, they do an interview with some comedian. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. New Day come out because they're going to have a tag match. Sami Zayn talks to Jey Uso backstage talking about something. Hey, you don't have to worry about taking on Seth by yourself. I got your back, player. Player. Then we got that triple threat tag team championship match. The Creed brothers, the New Day, New Day, and the War Raiders. Match was really good. Lots of crazy spots in there. The Creeds are very underrated. I'm waiting on the Creeds and Chad Gable, but I'm waiting on the Creeds to win those tag team titles eventually because they should have them. But the New Day, they're the biggest heels they got. It was like 4-on-2 for a minute there, but then they started going after each other. And then the New Day ended up pinning the Creeds to retain the title, so they betrayed the people they were working with because they're assholes. They're assholes, like Mr. Candy used to say. I think after that, Liv Morgan's backstage. She's all like, "Hi, Kyrie, you're short." And Kyrie's like, "You's a bitch." She didn't say that, but in my head, she said it out loud. She says, "You's a stuck-up, blonde-haired, bimbo bitch." And then Kyrie says, "I want to wrestle you." And Liv's like, I will eat you alive. This is getting kinky. Pause. Liv wants a match with Io Sky. And not really. She does want a match with Io Sky with Money in the Bank involved. But she wants a match with Kairi Sane tonight. So that's who she got. Jey Uso had a great promo with Gunther. Jey's getting a lot more comfortable on the microphone. Gunther is just a fucking awesome performer all around. He's telling Jey, hey, you got lucky one good time, but you won't hold that title. You want to know why? Because you're not an asshole like me. I'm an asshole, and assholes get to be long-term champs. You, Jey, you're a good guy. You're a good person, so you're going to lose that belt. Jay's all like, I'm sick and tired of people expecting my failure soon. It ain't going to happen. And I'm about to whoop your ass in 2 weeks on Monday Night Raw. And you want to know why? Because 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet! Love it. Love it. Yeah, I do expect Jey Uso to retain. And I'm calling it right now. Goldberg. 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 Goldberg will interfere and cost Gunther the match. And then it's Gunther versus Goldberg at SummerSlam. And that will be Goldberg's retirement match. I think after this we got Kairi Sane. Actually, we got Titus O'Neil. The original big dog. Kairi Sane versus Liv Morgan. I love this match. You want to know why? Because it had Kairi Sane in it. Say something bad about Kairi Sane. See what happens to you. You'll get a backhand from God. You don't even know what will hit you. You're just going to be bow, bow. It'll be 2. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. You know, bow, 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 bow. Okay, all right. You get the idea. Kairi Sane, she had a great match with Liv. And I'm thinking they're giving her all this offense so Liv will beat her. No, Roxanne, her trifling ass, went out there to help Liv and distracted Liv. And that allowed Kairi Sane to get a roll-up pin on Liv. That's right, Kairi Sane, the Pirate Princess, beat former women's champ Liv Morgan. I consider that a big fucking deal. Do you? I hope so. Because it better be. Because it was to me. I love Kairi Sane. I hope they give her a massive push. Honestly, I wouldn't be upset if she beat Lyra Valkyria for the IC title. She should. She better. On my mama. But yes, Liv gave Roxanne the death glare. Like, bitch, what the fuck did you just do? Why are you here? And then Roxanne looked like, I don't know what the fuck you looking at me for. I didn't do shit. I didn't do anything. Look, I came out to help you. It's your fault that you failed, Liv. Because you're a failure. And then commercial break comes back. Liv is furious in Judgment Day Clubhouse. And then she puts the blame on Roxanne, and Raquel's like, yeah, it's Roxanne's fault. But then Liv was like, but you're the veteran, bitch. So it's all your fault. Fair enough. And then Lyra Valkyria came out. Here we go again. They gave Lyra another microphone, and you're sitting here like, all right, they clearly like Lyra. They clearly they like Lyra, and they really want Lyra to be like this big talent. That's going to be great for WWE. So they keep giving her more microphone time. And she's okay. She talks bad about Becky. Basically saying beating Becky Lynch inside the ring is one thing. Breaking Becky's spirit will mean a lot more. And I want to break Becky's spirit. Because I've beaten her twice as it is. She can't beat me for no fucking reason. But I know I can beat her. And so the next time when I wrestle her at Money in the Bank, I'm not just going to beat her. I'm going to break her spirit. And then Becky comes out. And all her fiery red-hairedness. And then Becky said, why you got to make it personal, bitch? Why you got to make it personal? And Lyra said, I ain't make it personal. If I wanted to make it personal, I would say the only talented thing about you is your husband. Okay, pause. This woman, Lyra, told Becky Lynch the only talented thing about her is her husband. Now, people telling Seth Rollins the best thing about him is his wife, that's true. That's just a fact. Sorry, Seth, the best thing about you is Becky Lynch. It doesn't work the other way around. When you say, hey, Becky, the best thing about you is your husband, you're like, no, it's not. No, it's not. So I already know Becky fed her that line. You can tell when Becky's feeding her lines and Lyra's just like, I think this is going to be a zinger. And it doesn't end up being one. Nah. That wasn't it. Chief. Try again. First you don't succeed. Get yourself up and try again. Anyways, Becky tells Lyra, okay, bitch. Since you think you're better than me, this time, if you beat me at Money in the Bank, I will have a stipulation where I can't challenge for the IC title. But, Lyra, if I beat you, you have to raise my risk and say that I'm the better woman. And Lyra's like, okay, you got it. I mean, when it comes down to it, I'm the better wrestler anyways. Lyra says she's never had a problem raising somebody's hand after she beat her. It's just that that's never been Lynch yet. I said, ooh, that bitch said you can't win. She said, you can't win. You can't be given. Can't get out of the game. Okay, what movie did that come from? Who sung that? And what movie was that? You can win. Okay, after this, I think they got Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross confronted Sami Zayn about looking deep within the darkness, becoming more in tune with your darkness. And yes, it was Michael Jackson from The Wiz. Congratulations, Juan Lopez. Juan Lopez knows his movies. So clearly they're setting up with something, Sami and Karrion. Hopefully that goes somewhere. I'm excited about that. And I think after that was the main event, right? It's the main event. Finn Balor, Seth, and Sami. Match was great. Triple threat match, of course. I still thought the first one was an outstanding fight. Can't top that. But Seth, Finn, Sami had a really good match. Came down to the wire. And then the Vision, that's Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, come out. Jey Uso comes out to stop him. Get a lot of them yeets. Get a lot of them yeets in there. And then I think Finn sees Dominic Mysterio. Yes, Dominic Mysterio slide in a chair. Finn goes to grab the chair, and Seth's like, psych! Curb stomps his head into the chair, pins him 1, 2, 3. So Finn Balor loses once again because of Dom. Yep. So Seth is now ordering his men to attack everyone on the outside. And then, what do you think happens? Look in my eyes. What do you see? A personality. CM Punk comes out, big pop, hits to go to sleep on Seth Rollins and runs away. And that was the show. Things are heating up. Things are getting a lot more exciting for SummerSlam season. And I think when we get to Money in the Bank and then we get past it, things are going to be even more exciting. So, yeah, that was a great ending to a pretty good episode. I enjoyed tonight's episode. How did y'all feel about it? Give me your scores. Give me your grades. Let me know how you feel about it in the live chat. Because it is now your floor. The floor is yours, ladies and gentlemen. I'll read some of your comments over here. Trey Lucado says, I'm disappointed that there wasn't any matches announced for next week's Raw. We got Money in the Bank coming up. But you're right, they'll probably get that done. I knew CM Punk was coming out. Did you? Did you really? Okay, you did. Alright, I'll shut the fuck up. Jay's mic seals have gotten better. Jay could always talk. I don't know what everyone was talking about when you said you couldn't. All right, so Asuna Luna, 9 out of 10. Joseph Winters, 9 out of 10. Raiden, 5 out of 10. Why, bro? Giordano gives it a 10 out of 10. Trey Licado gives it an 8.75 out of 10. Shadow Star gives it a B, 8 out of 10. JJ Bulldog gives it a solid 6.9. Bro, make it a 7. 6.9 out of 10. Juan Lopez. Come on then, ease on down the road. Don't you carry nothing that might be alone. Ease on down the road. Raw was 7 tsunamis out of 10. But Just Alex was 1,000 tsunamis out of 1,000. In your city. Dylan, Danger, 9 out of 10. Alright. So everyone really liked the show. That's good. It was a good show. But we're going to see how things shape up as we get closer to Money in the Bank. Thank you all so much for being here for this live stream. Again, you could have been anywhere, but you chose me. So as we follow out, do all the YouTube things, like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cashapp, and Venmo. Saturday Night SmackDown. I lied. Friday Night SmackDown will be done on Saturday. In the afternoon on Saturday. If anything else crazy happens, you'll see me come up here and talk about it. I do not plan on talking about AEW because I'm really not all that interested in what they're doing with All In. I saw the card for All In and I said, nah, that's not it, bro. I'm not interested. But maybe I'll change my mind when we get closer. But right now, I'm not all that invested in All In. So, other than that, I love you all. I'll catch you guys next time. Right here in Alex's World. A place that was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Like the video. Stay safe. I'm out. Peace. When you're when you're